Puppet Master the Game. It's an asymmetric horror game where a team of demonic puppets must break statues and survive as agents attempt to kill them. The puppet variety is pretty good, and they all seem to have their own set abilities. I could see a group of friends having fun in this. Light of Illyria. It's a puzzle platformer that has you sailing around 3 zones to do temples and wake your people up. Yeah, you never see these people though. You only know they're asleep because you got woken up by a self-proclaimed goddess and she told you that. And the statues at the temple look nothing like your character, so I think this goddess might be fibbing a little. The boat handle is more like a car than a sailboat, but that's probably for the best. The game doesn't always work like you'd expect, but the puzzles are simple enough that you can manage. The controls being a little weird is a bigger challenge. Like, I had to be careful walking up this spiral. I can see how someone might find it relaxing to do this for about an hour. As far as free games go, it's pretty alright. Sans. There's not much here. You sit on a train and listen to exposition about the planet's backstory.
But under the pressure of the Confederacy.
The gameplay is about as empty as this map. Look at how long this segment of the game is. They don't even talk over this part. You just sit there and look at the fucking desert. I wasn't a fan. It feels lazy to me, and no amount of climate change metaphor is going to make up for that, especially when it's just someone reading their own subpar fiction. Yinny? I found the next Minecraft. It does not work. Helpless. We find ourselves in yet another desert apocalypse. I think this one is because the sun got too hot and changed the climate. Living in Florida has made me used to avoiding the sun, so I figured out the gameplay almost immediately, like the sun's trying to kill you and you need to just hide in the shadows to avoid it. I didn't run into any human enemies, just the sun and a really good dog. Beer Factory Prologue. It seems like a run-of-the-mill job simulator. It's also just the prologue, so I'd imagine the full game will cost something when it drops. I did get to throw steel at a homeless squatter, so there's that. Rosistan Invades. It's made by a Ukrainian studio in response to certain current events. It's hard to play, like the buttons don't work all the time, the audio is recorded poorly. The whole thing feels very made in an afternoon. Shinner. It's a turn-based strategy game where you gain new abilities by beating up everybody around you. It's pretty indie. You even start with a scripted loss so you can learn how to punch. The fighting strategy has some pretty decent depth to it, and I think it's a solid example of this type of game. Pineapple on Pizza. It's a real short game. You circle the island and watch people dance and be happy, followed by jumping into a volcano when you're done. And when you're done, the island is done, because you're made of volcano explosion dust and it floods the island. The end is sort of a pun, I guess.